written stuff to just continue to enforce this fair share, not fair. Everybody deserves an equal opportunity. They are masters at it, man.
They are masters at it. And the problem is this, is that it takes some nuanced discussion to reveal the idiocy of it. Because on the surface, well, yeah, we all participate in paying for the roads, and somebody benefits, FedEx, whatever, UPS, as a result of those roads. If it wasn't for those roads, that company wouldn't have succeeded and been even possible. Therefore, we have some sort of claim on it. To rebut that populist, simple, one-dimensional thinking does take some nuance, and
It
most
does.
people are off thinking about, the recent speech by Martin Luther King.
And in terms of what you're saying, you could flip it as well. If it were not for the disproportionate percentage of, irrespective of the lies that you hear, where, the rich not paying their fair share. If you look at the federal income tax structure, you could flip their argument. If it wasn't for the disproportionate amount of tax that the top 1, 5, 10, 25% of people pay, these people wouldn't, a lot of them wouldn't have jobs to build these roads.
Okay,
So, I
that's
mean, you can flip that too.
right. And it could be just as easily debunked as well. Because all of us woke up this morning with the opportunity to pursue the next great American novel, profit, service, good, whatever.
Sure.
And just because you decided to take advantage of that, or your idea actually captured the imagination and the desire of the marketplace, doesn't mean that I somehow get a claim to that money because I help pay for the roads and the phone systems and the court systems that made it all possible.
Well, I don't know about debunking what I just said. I mean, facts are facts. You look at, where the majority of federal income tax comes from in this country. And yeah, so I I don't know. Like I said, this is one of the key things I get worked up about. And the only other people that irritate me more are guys like a former brother-in-law and a former by virtue of my late wife, my last wife, my late wife. This was a guy who was so bitter against anybody who had anything. I don't even think he cared what party they belonged to because he was a cab driver most of his life. He was a smart guy too, by the way. He was not married to my sister. I do not have a sister. I would have not stood for that. But
It was
this
your wife's brother.
it was no, no, no. It was my wife's sister's husband.
Oh, okay, gotcha, gotcha.
All right, Seattle. They live there now. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So put that in context. this, this guy, like a lot of and again, I'm going to say the word again, bitter liberals. Look at life, look at status, look at well, not status, just look at life as a zero sum game, right? There's 100 pennies in the dollar, and the more pennies you get, the more evil you are, and the less pennies there are there for me. And you owe me some of your pennies. I mean, there are people that think like that, and he was one of them. And there are a lot of people that think like that now. You look at Obama phone lady, lobster boy. You look at there are a lot of people in this country, and I would suspect a larger percentage today than there ever have been in the past.
Right. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
They don't understand the abundance mentality philosophy. Anyway, dude, this works me up. You too?
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, I just go to the immediate next thing, thinking about Liz Warren, and she's going to be a significant influence in the next election.
She may be more than that. I've been talking about this for a while too, haven't I?
Yes, you have.
I'm just telling you.
Yeah. All
Storm
right.
clouds
So,
around Hillary, dude.
yeah, exactly.
All
Okay,
right.
so we got 10 minutes. Anything exciting and fun planned for you this weekend?
What? Let me think. What am I going to do this weekend? No, nothing as of yet. I'll probably visit my. Haven't seen my daughter since Christmas, so they live about 30 miles, 40 miles away. Probably
Okay.
a couple of weeks late doing that. What you got coming up?
My two youngest are going to go see Disney on Ice with my parents. And fortunately, when my mom decided to give the girls Disney on Ice tickets and take them as their Christmas gift, she elected to not bring me or my junior high son.
I was hoping that's where you were headed.
So I am thrilled to have the opportunity to not see Disney on Ice. So Jack and I are going to go see American Sniper again.
So will this be the second time?
It'll be the second time for me. It'll be the first time for him. Now, my brother took his sons, who were 13 and 14 and 16. He took them last night with his wife to go see it and said they were just absolutely blown away by it.
I might do that myself this weekend. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow night. I do need to see it. Yeah, I'm gonna try to do that. I'm gonna try to do that.
Jessica, have you seen the movie yet?
I have not, but I'm going to try to see it this weekend.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see because obviously that was a huge topic all week long. All kinds of records were set by this thing. It's going to be very interesting for me to see what the numbers are this weekend again. Already it's almost double the biggest release of the last year, I think, in terms of numbers.
I know through Monday it was like, what, 110 million or something? I don't know where it is now.
Yeah, I bet you that through this weekend, it's going to be close to 200 million bucks.
And again, like I've said, that just has to irritate the living crap out of the Seth Rogans and the Michael Moores and that whole crowd.
Right. Yeah, I think so. Oh, you know what? It might be kind of fun to do, Mike. The other night, and you got to tell me whether or not you think this would be appropriate for the show because I think it's hilarious. The other night, Dennis Miller's producer included me in a text about Larry O'Connor being on the show because there's this little game that's played on the Dennis Miller show that I'm like the new Larry O'Connor. Or Larry O'Connor's the old Michael Howsam, and they kind of play with that. So then Christian, the producer, sent me an email saying, hey, you should leave a message for O'Connor. And O'Connor's on there talking about his Washington Free Beacon articles. He's also on there talking about IJ Review. So per Christian's request, I left a voicemail on the Dennis Miller radio show hotline, and they played it, and then they kind of Larry O'Connor played around with it, and I actually captured it and put it on YouTube. You want to play that because it's hilarious?
Sure, hit it.
All right, Jessica, I got that. So what this is, just the setup. Larry O'Connor, who is a radio host for a show in D.C. He's editor at large for IJReview.com. He is a guest on the Dennis Miller radio show. And they've been talking for previous 10 minutes or so about various different stories. And then, as you guys know, on Monday, I was on the Dennis Miller show myself. So play this thing because it was all set up by the producer in order to punk Larry O'Connor. Go ahead and play it, Jess.
And I believe we had a friend of his in recently to be a, give me voicemail number 10, Christian.
Let's hear that.
Shalom, aloha, guys.
Oh.
I am so excited that Larry O'Connor's on the show. This is Michael down in Newport Beach. What a fresh new talent Larry O'Connor is.
You know what?
It's been fun to watch his career grow. And I'm sure that Larry's thrilled to know that just a couple of days ago, that empty house was sitting right in that very chair. I'm sure that'll give him the confidence he needs to really hit it out of the park.
Unbelievable.
Way to go, Larry.
Oh.
Way to go.
I think Michael in Newport Beach is your friend Michael Howsam, right?
This is a little pathetic.
We're so proud of you. Don't you get that? We're all proud of you, Larry.
So, Christian, Michael Howsam, tell me what you were just telling me about Michael Howsam, how he was always on your radar, right?
I was only made aware of him by you.
Thank you. So what you're saying is he would not even be known if it
Larry
weren't for
moved
me.
away, so now he comes to Angel Games with us, and we've decided to call him New Larry.
Yeah, Dennis, it's really pathetic, this guy. He's trying to glom on to me. In fact, you had a stalker once. Do you have an attorney that I could talk to about a...
Credit rating later. He had screwed it up, not because he had stolen it, just because he was bad at his investments. So it does happen.
I think it was Michael Hausum. My guess is that was Michael Hausum.
Sounds about right.
He came in through my bedroom window, and oh no, that was bathroom window, actually.
That was pretty funny. We had O'Connor was hilarious.
O'Connor is totally. In fact, I've tried to have him call into our show, but it's right in the middle of his afternoon show in D.C., and so he can't do it.
We had a Google Hangout one time, a long time ago, and he was on it. And the dude was even hilarious on there.
Oh yeah, he is very, very funny. And I first heard of Larry on Dennis Miller's show when he was kind of sidekicking to Andrew Breitbart. Breitbart would call in and be a guest. And then eventually Breitbart got to the point where he was actually guest hosting for Miller when Miller was out.
I heard that. And O'Connor was a big buddy of Breitbart's.
Oh, yeah, they were like super good butts. I mean, O'Connor was one of the first guys that Breitbart hired. And then O'Connor then started sitting in for Dennis Miller as a guest. And then he got his own national radio show in D.C.
Man, every time I think about Breitbart, I mean, that dude was such a pioneer. Well, arguably following Drudge. I mean, he did some of the early stuff to get to help Matt Drudge get his site up and running. But what a loss that dude was.
Oh my gosh! Well, this March will be 4 years that he died.
Isn't that amazing?
It's amazing, and I had just read his book, Righteous Indignation. And I just, the guy's mid-40s, 4 kids, grew up in Southern California, and I'm now friends with a lot of people that were friends with him. I never had a chance to meet him, but the day that Andrew Breitbart died, I was weepy all day long because I just loved that guy.
I didn't know him either, obviously, but I was too. I mean, it was just almost like, not near the John Lennon thing for my generation, but it was kind of like that, And I remember that famous clip. I think it was the Anthony Weiner thing, wasn't it? Where he showed up this press conference ahead of time and took the microphone. Wasn't that at a Weiner thing?
Yes, that's exactly what it was. He was right in the middle of that.
The guy had cojones, man.
Yep.
He definitely had cojones.
He had massive, massive cojones, no question.
Okay, now, Jessica, what are you talking about phrasing? I said cojones.
You said, wasn't that at a Wiener thing?
Well, I mean, you can't see Anthony Weiner's name without, Man, we used to have a lot of fun with those headlines, too. In fact, dude, that'll show you just how much IJR has changed. You weren't with us at that point, but we used to do double entendre headline after headline on Anthony Weiner. I don't think that would work. I don't think that would work today, dude.
I don't think it would either. You're right.
In fact, the way you have to go through, the hoops and crap that you have to go through when you and the guys write. I mean, you should just pimp Emily sometimes. Like if you have like a Wiener post or whatever. And I mean Anthony. I mean, just kind of send her. I'm going to write this, and here's what I'm thinking about writing. Just to screw with her. I don't know. It's just me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be careful about that, man.
Kidding.
Well, we didn't ask Jessica. Jessica, what are your plans this weekend? Anything fun?
Well, I'm hoping to go to the theater, and that's pretty much it. Oh, I'm going to the Home and Garden show with my mom, so that'll be
What
fun.
theater are you talking? You mean the movie theater?
Yeah, to go see the Sniper movie.
Yeah. You sounded like you were maybe in New York going to.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna go see Wicked.
I want to see Wicked, dude. I want to see Wicked.
Oh man,
I've seen
I do
it.
too.
It's very good. It's fantastic.
I want to see
York?
Book of Mormon too.
No, I saw it in Hollywood.
Okay, well, of course you did. All right, we're out of here. We're pretty much out of here. You guys, again, we appreciate you listening. We have regulars, we know who you are, and we appreciate the heck out of it. But I joke about it sometimes, but please tell your friends and send links. That's always a good way. That's what social media is all about, is to connect. And we would appreciate that. We want to build the audience beyond where it is now, and we want more people like you to tune in. So if you do that for us, we would appreciate the heck out of it. Again, the right Mikes, Mike Miller and Michael Howsam. Have a great weekend and come back Monday. See you then.
See you on Monday.